Today on the channel, the best of 2025 countdowns continue, and today we got a special top 10 as we're counting down my top 10 favorite Marvel Legends of 2025.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another best of 2025 countdown. In today's video, we got one of the big ones. We got my top 10 Marvel Legends countdown of 2025. Now, a little asterisk here is I did do a countdown video, top 5 deluxe Marvel Legends of 2025, so check out that video as well, a little yin and yang there. But I gotta say, 2025 was a good year for Marvel Legends. They've had a little bit of troubles the last couple of years, kind of same old, but I really feel like the Gamerverse line, on top of a lot of stuff like the Sentinel, the Dragon Man, and a few other points in between, really carried Marvel Legends this year, kind of out of the doldrums, almost out of the afterthought category in some ways. And I think they had one of their strongest years in a long time for Marvel Legends. So kudos to the Hasbro team. There's a lot of good stuff to choose through this year for my top 10 list. And speaking of this top 10 list, we're going to do it like all our other top 10 lists. We're going to start at number 10, work our way to number 1, number 1 being my absolute favorite figure of 2025 for Marvel Legends. And as I always have to say, this is my list. It's 100% right. Your list can also be 100% right. And a lot of these lists are interesting. It goes with nostalgia, fandom. If you're a fan of the figure, the movability, the articulation of the figure, everything is par of the course here. And some characters maybe I'm not a big fan of, in all honesty, made this list because of the figure was that good. So it's always interesting in all these different top 10, top 5 lists to see who's going to come out on top. But we're going to kick it off here at number 10. We begin the countdown at number 10, and number 10 going to get controversial from the jump is what I'm going to do here, as I fully expect a lot of people to have my number 10 as their number 1 Marvel Legends figure of 2025. When this one came out, it was all over the place. Everybody was shouting from the rooftops how amazing this figure was, and I said, it's okay. It's not a favorite performer of mine, not a favorite character, a character that's just kind of been there for me personally, fully aware of the character. But I have to say, once I unboxed this just recently, and I sat here sitting on this thing for like 6 months. I finally unboxed it recently on the channel, so check out the review. But I gotta say, constant learning, constant improvement in action from the Marvel Legends team. Who's number 10? Well, we're going to the Gamerverse, to the Thanos and Psylocke 2-pack. Now, I was like, oh yeah, it's a good Psylocke, it's great and everything. But I didn't realize till I got this out of the package and I did comparisons with the prior version of Psylocke to see how big of an improvement this one actually ended up being. And I am sure we'll see this in the future with Elektra's and other female characters in the Marvel Legends line. But this is an amazing figure. Like I said, Psylocke doesn't do a whole lot for me. She's not my Wolverine. She might be for you. She isn't for me. But a good figure is a good figure, and a vastly improved figure like this definitely warranted a spot in my countdown. And it came in at number 10, which, like I said, probably going to be controversial, as a lot of people will probably have this at number 1. But for me, Gamerverse Psylocke comes in at number 10. We continue the countdown at the number 9 spot now. And number 9 is a character I've known about since I was a little kid. And I still don't understand what this character is about. I've never read anything about this character. I just remember it being in my comic book store as a little kid. You would see posters on the wall of this character. And I said, cool, it looks like a computer. And I never gave it any extra thought. But it is very nostalgic because of that. And we go early this year to Marvel Legends line. We go to Rom, the Space Knight. How about that? And like I said, a character I know nothing about, but a cool figure is a cool figure and a nostalgic character. Even if I didn't read it, even if I don't know anything about it, seeing that poster for years at my local comic book shop made this feel like I knew the character in some ways. And I know a lot of people are really over the moon about this, especially the ROM fans, to be able to get one of these. Reminds me a lot of Chris Starr, who we got figures of. We got Warbow this year as well. Stuff outside of the thought of the Marvel Legends canon, the Marvel Comics canon more like it, but still being Marvel. But usually when you think of Marvel, you think of your Avengers, your Fantastic Four, your X-Men, and so on. You don't think of Chris Starr. You don't think of Rom. and it opens up the door for things like this in the future. I am here for that. Rom, a fun figure, comes in. Number 9. We're feeling great at number 8. And number 8, a bit of a controversial selection, I'm sure. I love figures like this, so I really liked it from the jump. I did not care for the price point. I did not care for the crossover, but it's about synergy between the brands. I understand the business hat reasoning for it. I just didn't like the price point with this, but I got some of my money back selling the card from this. We're going to the Magic the Gathering Marvel crossover for Battle Damaged Spider-Man. Yes, Battle Damaged Spider-Man. Going back to the Toy Biz days, I love the battle damaged figures. There was just something cool about it, something special about it, to have Wolverine, like he just got blasted by a bunch of Sentinels, and he's been a little worse for wear, and he's working on healing. There's something cool about those, especially if you're a figure photographer. You can display some epic battle scenes and shoot those. Just a lot of fun here, and Spider-Man was one of those guys that always would take a beating but come out on top for me, and this looks really, really cool. I like the attention to detail here on the battle-damaged outfit, as we get a lot of Spider-Man figures, but we don't get a lot of battle-damaged ones, and that's why this one's special for me. Coming in, number 8. We've hit the number 7 spot of the countdown, and number 7 is an interesting one. I'm not sure anybody else will have on their list, but I read comics as a little kid, and I collected comics. This is before the internet, before all that kind of stuff, and you knew what you liked, but you didn't get the feedback. The best feedback you could get was the old playground, and not everybody collected the same stuff on the old playground. But it was crazy to me many years later when the internet came along that 2 of my absolute favorite storylines from my years of reading comics were so thought down upon, and people didn't like them, which I held them near and dear to my heart, and I really loved the storyline. So it's one of those things, you like what you like, you don't what you don't, I guess. But I was shocked. I thought more people were like me, but I danced to the beat of my own drummer. Maybe my drummer boy, Todd McFarlane, I don't know. But coming in here at number 7, I should mention, one of my favorite storylines, Age of Apocalypse. That was one of them, if somebody was going to ask. I love that. A lot of people didn't. Same thing with this one. A lot of people hated this storyline. I absolutely loved it. What are we talking about? Well, we're going to Spider-Man. We're going to the Clone Saga, and it's got to be Kaine. Yes, Kaine, one of my most wanted Marvel Legend characters ever. I remember when he burst on the scene, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the start of a new big bad evil villain for Spider-Man. I loved Ben Reilly. I love the Scarlet Spider. I love the whole Clone Saga. He was a big part of that with the Jackal and other performers. Absolutely loved everything about it. So this is hitting the prime nostalgia for me. Not for everybody. I totally understand that, but I was hoping we would get this, and it didn't disappoint for me. We got a new sculpt. I love the 90s colors on this thing. Just a lot of fun. A sleeper figure, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But Kaine, going to come in extra hot at number 7. We continue the countdown at number 6. And for the first time, but not the last time on the countdown, we go to X-Men 97. Very iconic. Once again, part of the prime years of me reading comic books and watching the X-Men animated series in the 90s. Just a magical time between comics, cartoons, and action figures, and the synergy between all three. It was a lot of fun. You had to be there, let me tell you. But I always love this character in the comics and in the cartoon. Who's number 6? Well, we go to X-Men 97. We go to Cable. Maybe not his most iconic look, but no doubt about it, if you watched X-Men 97, you watch X-Men the Animated Series, this is a look that you remember for Cable. And for a lot of people, this is their Cable, I am fully sure. And I really like this one a whole lot. This one, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, looking at the renders. Very happy they made this. Very excited to see where X-Men 97 goes in 2026, be it the cartoon and the toy line. Very excited to have this Cable. He comes in, number 6. We've hit the halfway spot of the countdown. You got your list together. Put it in the comments down below. And don't forget to like the video while you're here. Give the old thumbs up. Always helps the channel. But here we are at number 5. My number 5 selection, much like Kaine we talked about, was one of my most wanted figures for Marvel Legends to make. It goes back to X-Men 97. It goes to the X-Men Animated Series Once Upon a Time and the beautiful Toy Biz Marvel Legend line. Who's number 5? Well, we're going to Street Gear. Wolverine. Always loved Wolverine in the jacket. Looks like he's just bellied up to the bar, drinking, just trying to stay out of trouble, and then the fight comes to him. That's what you think of with Wolverine like this. Really, really fun figure, and I absolutely love the old Toy Biz one, so it's cool all these years later to get a modern rendition of the one from my childhood. Just a lot of fun. Now it just makes me want to get that Wolverine Jeep. Can we get that from Marvel Legend? Can we get that in a HasLab? Get that yellow Jeep? let's do it. Maybe one day, but this Wolverine, a lot of fun, comes in number 5. We're at the number 4 spot in the countdown. We're feeling a little bit of that old-fashioned deja vu like a young Iron Maiden once upon a time. A recent figure recently unboxed here on the channel, but an amazing figure. Dare I say, almost a 2-in-1 figure in a lot of ways. And I've heard a lot of people displaying this with their G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. Who is it at number 4? It's going to war. It is Wolverine. And if you're a Wolverine fan like I was back in the day, you fully remember a lot of episodes and flashback issues, things like that, to show the old days of Wolverine fighting in the war with a mini cast of characters, sometimes Captain America, Nick Fury, and a variety of others. Just very cool to finally get this in action figure form, which I'm shocked it actually took this long, but it's one of those ones I never thought about. Why don't we have this in figure form? But here we are all these years later with the Wolverine. He's off to war. He's off to defend the world, fight the good fight, whatever you want to say. He is here today, and he comes in number 4. We're separating the men from the boys, the heroes from the mutants, and all points in between. We're at the number 3 selection, and the number 3 character is the biggest character in this countdown. One I've been wanting for a long time as well. One that goes all the way back to the Marvel Action Hour cartoon and the Fantastic Four toy line once upon a time. He is a member of the Inhumans, dare I say a proud member of the Inhumans, Todd McFarlane. It is Gorgon. Yes, the big, beefy Gorgon is here. Maybe a little too big, maybe, but I love a big character. I love completing teams and building teams out, and we're almost there with the Inhumans. We need Black Bolt's brother still. But I'll take Gorgon, and he is my favorite Inhuman, and very happy to have him all these years later in the brand new Marvel Legend form here. Part of the 2-pack as well with Medusa, so if you're after it, pick it up, of course. But Gorgon coming in, big bad nationwide at number 3. The final 2 in the best of 2025 list, and once again, we take a trip to the Gamerverse for a character we get a lot of figures from. And when we saw this one coming, I said, hey, I'm here for it. He's one of my all-time favorites. I'm here for another version. I just didn't realize how good this version was going to be. We got a Secret Wars one last year that was amazing. This year it was topped. We enter the Gamerverse once again at number 2. It is Captain America. There is a lot to like about this figure. He just feels right. He's got the perfect amount of articulation and that key color scheme that I think of with Captain America when I close my eyes. A lot of fun around this one here, and paired up with not a bad figure either, the Blue Venom, which is also a fun figure. But the Captain America leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of the prior Captain Americas, which, like I said, very tough to do. But I absolutely love this version of Cap. He comes in at number 2 on my best of top 10 for 2025, which means there can only be one. What could possibly be the number 1 Marvel Legends figure of 2025? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We're at the number 1 figure of 2025 for the Marvel Legends brand. Once again, get your list together, put it in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video. Always helps give it the old thumbs up. But here we are at number 1. And number 1, I'm biased because this is my favorite character in the Marvel Universe. Once again, we do go to the Gamerverse, the all-star set for Marvel Legends this year, no doubt about it. What is number 1? Well, we got to go to Logan. We got to go to the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Wolverine, the classic Wolverine colors right here with a brand new body type, brand new claw type. Feels different, but feels the same at the same time. My favorite character can't be beat here. Once again, that plays a part of it, my favorite character. But getting an awesome one, I have to imagine, even if you're not the biggest Wolverine fan, he's got to appear in your top 10 somewhere. Just a very fun figure, and it'll be very interesting to see where this body mold goes in the future for other Wolverine figures. I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. I love this Wolverine even better than I thought it was going to be out of the package, and that kind of sums up Marvel Legends in 2025. Better than I thought it would be all across the board. So not a bad year. Constant learning, constant improvement after a couple of rough years. Going to be very interested to see where the Legends brand goes in 2026. But there it is. That's my top 10 list. Put yours in the comments below. Once again, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. And we got 2 YouTube channels with content every day. If it is your thing, check out YouTube channel memberships and Patreon. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for the top 10 Marvel Legend figures of 2025, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm solid.